Sorry about that. Hello, welcome to the Daily Political Tarot and Astrology here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you for being here. I am here literally every single day of the year to take your political questions out of the chat. Just leave your questions in the chat before I come on. No, Lori, nothing like that. But I'm here every single day of the year with you, and we go over the news. It's News with Friends. So I take your questions out of the chat before I come on, but I also, I spend my mornings reading the news, so you don't have to, or you don't have to as much. Trying to find as much good stuff and as much interesting stuff as possible. And we're the proper rack for the camera should be arriving today, so hopefully the camera situation will get better. Okay. There's not much. Oh, should we be doing that? Hang on. That's better. Okay, we'll just do that. Okay. TJ says, it's my evening, but hello. All right. And today, on purpose, we have a glitchy overlay. Glitches get stitches. Well, I guess technically they wouldn't get stitches, but it's related to what we're talking about. Oh boy, shall we share? This won't bother you at all. I'm sure of it. So at 2 minutes in, we're just going to jump in. Questions are in the description box as always. Okay. Joseph Schnitt, that is his name. I'm not making it up. I'm not trying to, hide that I'm swearing. His name is Schnitt. Joseph Schnitt. That's his name. Okay. He doesn't control that. It was handed to him, whatever it is. Okay. Thank you, Chemical Squirrel. So, Joseph Schnitt, I don't know if he goes by Joseph or Joe, but let's just say he is currently acting deputy chief at the Department of Justice's, the DOJ's Office of Enforcement Operations. I know, that's a lot of words, but the DOJ has an Office of Enforcement Operations. Okay, he is the acting deputy chief. So somebody pretty high up, and pretty high up in the DOJ. That's a given. Okay. He's lonely. He's single. I'm guessing he's single. Actually, I don't even know. I'm assuming he's single, but he's lonely. So he went on a dating app. He went on the Hinge dating app. And he made a love connection. Oh, at least with one woman who he went on 2 dates with. Turns out she's a journalist. She recorded them eating. Little outdoor cafe kind of situation. She's working her way through her salad, and he's running his mouth. And I'm going to share part of it with you. Oh, some of you saw it, but so she was an undercover reporter wired for audio and visual, and he proceeded to spill secrets about the Epstein case. So the link's in the description. One of the best versions of it I've seen is actually, believe it or not, on X. So hello, Suzanne. And where is it? There. All right, and this is with James O'Keefe put this out. He is obviously not the reporter in the video, but he put this out. And he says a couple of things. We'll skip him, but this is the links in the description to this, and we're going to talk about it. So let me make sure you can see this. Yes. Okay, here we go. Sabine says, Detective Sebastian again. Yay. I am a Scorpio. All right, here we go.
But those files do exist.
Yeah, thousands and thousands of pages of files. They'll redact every Republican or conservative person in those files, leave all the liberal Democratic people in those files.
I think they visited that Maxwell person.
Yeah.
And also involved.
Got transferred to a minimum security prison too recently, which is against BOP policy because she's a convicted sex offender. Or something. Keep it on.
That was the acting deputy chief of the Office of Enforcement Operations, Joseph Schnitt.
They offered her something to keep her mouth shut. I think the DOJ visited that Maxwell person, kind of also involved.
Maxwell person.
Yeah.
And also involved.
Maxwell got transferred to a minimum security prison too recently.
Transferred to a minimum security prison too recently, which is
against policy because she's a convicted sex offender.
They're offering her something.
The DOJ, they're offering her something to keep her mouth shut. Joseph Schnitt, acting Deputy Chief, Office of Enforcement Operations at the Department of Justice. And they're going to, the Epstein files do exist.
But those files do exist.
Yeah,
thousands and thousands of pages. They'll redact every Republican or conservative person in those files, leave all the liberal Democratic people in those files. Just flat out. Just flat out. Just said it. Just flat out says it.
Republican or conservative person in those files, leave all the liberal Democratic people in those files.
I think they visited that Maxwell person.
Yeah.
And also involved.
Got transferred to a minimum security prison too recently, which is against BOP policy because she's a convicted sex offender. They're offering her something. Keep it on.
That was the acting deputy chief of the Office of Enforcement
This must
Operations,
be James
Joseph
O'Keefe.
Schnitt, telling a stranger the Department of Justice blatant backtracking on.
I'll be acting deputy chief of our office for a few months starting next week. I work closely with all the federal law enforcement agencies and the U.S. attorney's offices, the prosecutors and stuff. The thing is, it's interesting because I do deal with so many of the agencies, like the Bureau of Prisons, the Marshals Service, the FBI, U.S. attorney's offices.
Recently, the FBI and DOJ.
Okay, so that's all the places he works and people he deals with. And we're just going to skip ahead and all the different things. I want to say there's something else in here. Oh, here we go. He said Joseph Schmidt.
But, internally, there's a lot of, even within the administration, there's internal conflict.
There's internal conflict.
At FBI really wants it. Second in command at FBI has been causing problems because he's like, no, these have to be released.
Yeah. So the FBI wants them out.
Yep, the top two guys do.
And Bondi does it.
I don't know what Bondi wants. Bondi wants whatever John wants.
Sure.
She's super yes.
Why is there suddenly this?
She's just a yes. Bondi's just a yes person. I'm not sure if you could hear all of that. Bondi's just a yes person. Is that what Bondi wants? But the top two people at the department, including Patel, want the files released. Woodpile Witch says the Schnitt is hitting a very large fan. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yeah, we did know some of this, but we guessed. Not says this guy isn't even cute. I know, right? I mean, he's not my type. But I mean, for every pot, there's a little lid, but he's not my type either. Anyway, Amy's asking, has he been fired yet? I don't know. But yeah. Let me see. Was there any other thing where he's actually anything from the actual his actual mouth?
Democrat.
Do you think like the stuff with Epstein will actually get released or not at all?
If it does, it'll be heavily redacted, and his name won't be in it.
But those files do exist.
There's files.
Yeah.
For sure. There's thousands and thousands of pages of files. But again, if they're released in any way, it's going to be very redacted. They'll redact every Republican.
Okay, so they're showing this again.
Conservative person in those files.
Okay, so that was great. Great. The sun's coming in and out behind the clouds. It's messing things up, but okay. Scanman says this guy's confirming witness tampering with Maxwell. Witness tampering. I don't know if this would be witness tampering, but yeah, Phyllis is asking, I wonder if Schnitt is out of a job. That's a very good question to ask. So sorry about all the noise. I'll close the door if it continues on. Okay. So Joseph Schnitt, come on down. Here's it's your turn in the corruption spotlight. Lois says the great cover-up is causing Trump to invent emergencies everywhere. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. For the love of Gotham, says, I always said the committee needs to subpoena Bongino. He's seen things. I think he might talk. Maybe. Melissa, thank you so much. Gifted 20 memberships to random people in the chat. Thank you. Thank you. Bernie says, I'm waiting for the real list from the survivors. Yeah, no, I totally understand that. There's not much here that's going to happen to this guy. Either not much is going to happen to him, or he is so unimportant that it's not registering it. That reporter, she was doing God's work there. Thank you. Thank you. 3 of Swords. 6 of Swords. Ouch. I mean, all this, that's a lot of pain. But Page of Pentacles, moving stuff around, putting stuff in, taking stuff out, but it's also a very weak card. 2 of Pentacles, dodgy, unbalanced, a little wishy-washy, give a little of this, look a little of that, but don't look at that. Oh, no. It's not. This is absolutely not. Here is the truth. Here have the truth. 3 of Wands. And the donors and the people who are still alive, who were involved, they've given a lot of money, and they expect to be protected. I guess it's weird. Boo Boo just walked past, but he can go under the desk now. Hello, sweetness. He doesn't have to walk in front of me with the standing desk. Lewis says, let me guess, Dump, you'll say it's a Democratic hoax. A witch hunt, fake news. Yes. TJ said they just have to pretend it was fake by Dems. Yeah. So do we care what happens to this guy? I don't really care. But bye. But does this move the needle? Because here's the thing. The White House and the DOJ can try to spin this all they want. But people who want the files redacted, who have to go into court to prove something, can now take this video with them. Here. Out of the mouth of Joseph Schnitt. So that's useful. Thank you, Bern. Knots says it's funny. They don't think they'll get caught, and they do. Mm-hmm. Whew. Deb Z says, holy shnikes. I came in just as you started playing the video of the dude. My jaw kind of dropped because it confirmed what we all thought. I was giving puppers treats. Oh, precious. And Deborah says, I'll try to discredit him. That's if anybody really pays attention. But I mean, in the short term, yeah, he'll probably get a talking to. Especially calling the big boss, not Trump big boss, but Bondi, saying, I don't know what she wants. She's a yes man. Is that really what you want your boss's boss to hear? Really? Is that? Yeah, he's going to be called to the carpet for a bit. A day late and a dollar short. Stirred up some chaos. Oh, there's a big justice card in the middle. Four of Cups, refusal. Chariot. Big forward momentum. So what this says to me is they can pretend it's not, he stepped in. They can pretend, no, refusal, we're not, but I've got justice in the middle, and this is like the committee in Congress moving forward. This is the great big parade float that everyone can see. Yeah. This is definitely, again, and also keeping it in the news. Like it should be. That says this isn't going away. I agree. Chemical Squirrel says he gives off alpha energy. Probably thought she was finding it attractive, spilling secrets about your top secret job. Oh, absolutely, 100%. That guy, he was flexing. Absolutely, 100%. So, all right, so we've been through that. And at 19 minutes, Lawrence had a question. I think this is the one question I carried over from yesterday that I had missed. I've been thinking about Jeffrey Epstein. I'm so sorry. His camera setup for blackmail seems odd, that the FBI never examined the system to see if it sent data off for offsite collection that we know of. Maybe it did. I don't know, but they've all tried to downplay everything. Could there be copies of all these things somewhere or with someone else? Oh, the energy on this is awful. I mean, it is as bad can be. Oh, man. Yeah, skin crawling. I think there's stuff they're not telling us. I think there's stuff they're hiding. I honestly do. Magician, boy, yeah, Epstein, the ultimate con man. And Bondi coming out, and I have to be careful because I don't want to trigger anybody. So please keep in mind that I am trying, you can stay, I'm going to try very hard not to trigger anybody. Bondi said, she was saying actually, I don't even know if she said the only thing. I think she just said what was found on Epstein's computer. He had downloaded the worst of the worst kinds of videos. You know, there were cameras in the bedroom. You can see them in the pictures. They're up. There's this weird ledge with this lighting right above it. And there are these cameras in the bedroom pointing down. And also, there are something like 1,000 victims. This at times was happening 3 times a day. He didn't need to download squat from the internet. But Bondi's saying, oh, no. Was on his computer was just these disgusting, awful, horrible downloaded videos. I don't believe that woman for a nanosecond. Seriously, if she told me water was wet, I would check. She said the sky was blue, I would say, under what circumstances are you talking? TJ says there were massive servers on the list of things seized. Ding, 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 ding. So, 9 of Pentacles, sitting pretty. Ugh. 8 of Pentacles, working, 9 of Swords, sleepless nights, the damage done to the victims. 5 of Pentacles, out in the cold. 4 of Pentacles, a day late and $1 short. This is why I was saying I don't think it's that straightforward, because I'm not getting, oh yeah, it's on a server somewhere. And if Maxwell had access to that much, she wouldn't be in prison right now. I do not believe for a minute that she would be in prison if she had access to the recordings. If she could hold that over their heads and say, yeah, you'll never find it, and you're going to let me out now, and I'm going to go overseas, and you're going to leave me alone. I don't think that's what she has. And they are promising her if she keeps her mouth shut. Plus the fact she never wants to admit that because she honestly believes both she and Epstein didn't do anything wrong. Spoiler alert, you did. You did pretty much just some of the worst things you can possibly do. Yeah. So, whew, quite a day. Man. Debsy says Cash Peters in his latest video said that some of the files are buried so deep we will never see them. I love Cash, so I'm certainly not here to disagree with him. But the question is, what happened to the rest of the stuff? Maybe some of them are buried that deep, but there are people, believe it or not, there aren't many, but there are some people who have made their entire careers about Freedom of Information Act. People who big corporations go to specifically because they have somehow, they work that voodoo that they do so well, and they can get stuff out of the government. And they will explain to you how to do it, what to do, but also, there's some people, they are just, this is their thing, and they go to court. They know how to work the system. And if you think that everything can remain hidden forever, Freedom of Information Act for you. 10 of Wands. Yeah, there's a lot of it. There's a lot. Page of Swords. Some people acting very badly. And this could be law enforcement acting very badly. Well, when they raided Epstein's house, my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong as always, but when they raided Epstein's house, didn't they find his safe? And then they broke in they went to break open his safe, and then the head person there called it for the day. And then the next day they looked at the safe and there was nothing there. Lewis says, I heard the same thing. Ten of Pentacles. Oh, you have to keep the president dumpster fire safe, I guess. King of Cups. Oh, Democrats are not letting go of this. Fruits of labor. Hemmed in. Oh, it's gonna be a battle. The information's there, but it feels more like a chess game. The committee does this, move forward. Hello, sweetness. Get some not redacted. No, you have to go to this court, go to it's like this. If it was going to be to make this work. So will they get that information? Oh, nice. Gives me chills. Makes my skin crawl. Oh, so there's some stuff that's going to come out. Oh, whoof, 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 whoof. I do not like that card. I do not like that card in these readings. I'm not going to explain why. Just use your imagination. Yeah, okay. Anyway. That's a topic. Eight of Cups. Walking away with something left unfinished. But there's strength. And, oh, they're going to be people, yeah. Obviously, some of the names are going to be people who are no longer with us. I mean, this was years ago. Hello, sweetie. This was years ago. So, but yeah, there's a lot of, oof, that's going to hurt, and it should. If they had anything to do with this, it should. Hello, precious. How are you? You doing okay? This is Erin. Energy's terrible, and you are a good boy. You are a good boy. Come up for a second. Yeah, we'll just get a little palate cleanser. Oh, there you go. A little clean energy. Just for a minute. Really sniffing around. Okay. Heather had a question at 30 minutes, 10 seconds in. You are the good boy. There's that good energy I need. Yes, you are the precious. You are the precious. He's a good boy. Isabel, what's the meaning of the feather duster? It's not the. It's a wand. It's a hand. It's a wand. Do with that what you will. Okay. Oh, the precious. Oh, he is the precious. He wants to look out the open window. Amy, use Latin? No, thank you. Okay, so 31. So Heather, this is from Heather. Republican mega donor John Paulson is named as an Epstein client by Representative Massie. Massie? Massie. I think it's Massie. Paulson donated to many GOP politicians, including Mike Johnson. Yes, indeed. Yeah. Does Johnson feel panicked, or does he trust their plan of attack to bury and obfuscate any direct ties to himself and his fellow representatives? Now, I don't have a link for this to a big news source, but I thought I would pull a couple of cards and just see what we get. Entertainment only, YouTube. No, Vita. It's a wand card. It's take it very. Somebody explain without getting my channel dinged in the chat, please. And please be as clean as you possibly can be. Okay. Oh, lawnmower. Hang on. Oh, jeez. Sorry. There. Neighbors are getting their lawn cut. Oh, you're okay, sweetie. All right. All right. Thank you, Lewis. Yes. Let's try this again. Don't drink my tea and don't eat the plant. You don't have that many. You don't have that many rules. Republican mega donor John Paulson is named as an Epstein client by Representative Massie. Massie? No, Chris Cole. Paulson donated to many GOP politicians, including Mike Johnson. Does Johnson feel panicked, or does he trust their plan of attack to bury and obfuscate any direct ties to him and his fellow representatives? Whew. Yes, dear. Can be covered up. John Paulson. I'll have to look him up because I don't know what he looks like. There you go. Hermit. Oh, they've been keeping it quiet. Yes. He'll send. Johnson will send Congress home until 2028. Yes. Thank you, Pete Frost. Rose Blue says he's a big hedge fund guy. Thank you. Oh, there's going to be more coming out. King of Swords, Queen of Pentacles. I've been protecting him. Seven of Swords, Thief card. Temperance is coming, folks. This cannot just continue. The Temperance is there. And there's a Fool card where people are making boneheaded. I mean, let's face it. The way Trump talks, the way Bondi talks, the way they're going about this is not exactly genius level villainy here. You know, who was it? who was it who said, he was talking to like the profilers at the BAU or whatever it was, and was saying basically, you're really good at catching serial killers. You're really good at catching the serial killers. You really know how to catch the kinds of serial killers you catch, which kind of implied there are others who don't act like this, who don't make those mistakes. And I just thought of that in thinking about this, because it's like, this is not, if our justice system was remotely fair, the current president of the United States would be in prison. He would. He just would. Yeah. Yes, exactly. J for genius level. Mm-hmm. Arsenault says it's more like Pinky in the Brain. I loved Pinky in the Brain. Well, not necessarily Pinky. I did like Mindy at the time they did Mindy in the Brain. That was funny. But the fact that Brain had that Orson Welles impersonator voice was so good. Will more Congress people names leak? Oh boy, 37. Let's have a look. Will Congress? Well, probably. The question is, anybody who's in there now is the issue. What just happened? There we go. Congress members' names come out who were involved. Yes, Mega Karen, he would have been in jail since January 7th, 2021. Yep. Mm-hmm. I agree, Lemon Fresh Joy, which is a great username. People in the chat are funny. Yes. Yes. I couldn't do this every day without you. So, members of Congress. Lurham and Davis, what are you referring those questions to on your internet? I don't understand. I write everything down in the description box. I timestamp as I go. Is that what you mean? So no, I don't want that. There. Will any names of members of Congress come out? Feeling a little beaten up, a little worried. On the defensive, MAGA on the defensive. Group of MAGA on the defensive. Big old DEATH card right in the middle. I have to be careful what I say on YouTube. Hanged man. Stringing somebody up by their toes, and then the star, which makes me think there could potentially be some big names. Now, the question is, are they what am I trying to say? Are they still there? Or is this just people from the past? Thank you, Lemon Fresh Joy. Thank you. Still got big cards. Card for the reading star, we're asking. World card. Page of Swords, Three of Swords. Ouch. That's covers a whole bunch of different people. And this is a very bad job at trying to keep it quiet. And oh, that's going to hurt. So I think we have to just keep calling our representatives and just not let this go. Okay. This next one. Do you remember yesterday? Yesterday we did this fun thing where there were so many petty moments going on in the news, so many good burns and zingers, and yeah. We don't quite have that again today, but we have a couple of, oh, okay, yeah, okay. I want to play just the beginning of a video for you, because you're gonna, otherwise you'd say you're making it up. You're making it up. No, I'm really not. Okay. At 40. Okay, 40, 41. Did I get that? Did I get that right? Yeah, okay. This is a moment. And I understand the idea of, saying something that will get people's attention. I understand, but share screen. Share audio. Okay, this is U.S. Senator John Kennedy. And if you're thinking, hang on, is that a chest burster from Alien? Oh, just wait.
Mr. President, this is a photograph of the alien from the movie Alien.
Yes.
This is what you could end up looking like if you eat some of the raw, frozen shrimp being sent to the United States by other countries. Now, let me tell you what I'm talking about. In late August, the FDA found that raw frozen shrimp from Indonesia was being sold in Walmart, specifically in Walmart stores in Alabama, Arkansas, Florida, Georgia, Kentucky, Louisiana, Missouri, Mississippi, Ohio, Oklahoma.
You'll end up looking.
Pennsylvania, Texas, and West Virginia.
This is what you'll end up looking
being
like.
Sold under the Walmart label called the Great Value label.
There. Okay. Yeah. Look at the. Yeah, and look at his age.
If you
right
eat it, why could you?
Face.
How could you end up looking like the alien in the Alien? Because the shrimp was radioactive. I kid
you not. Okay. I just. Yeah, I get. If you eat radioactive shrimp, okay, if you eat seriously radioactive shrimp, I don't recommend it. Chances are you would come down with radiation poisoning. Radiation poisoning is ugly. It's really awful. It is one of the most brutal things that can happen to you. It does not, however, turn you into a slug with silver teeth, sharp silver teeth. Yeah, that. Eating something radioactive will not turn you into that. No. Okay. That was, okay. Yeah, exactly. Chemical Squad says, "Oh, do we get an acid drool now?" And big armor. Yeah. Okay. Nope. Yes, Tammy. Yes. Yeah. I mean, maybe. I guess if you want to think that. I'm just Rosebud fell out of the stupid tree and I hit every branch on the way down. Yeah. Okay. So Sarah, I'm glad she isn't here today because she would just be, he's one of her senators. I kid you not. Yeah, U.S. Senator John Kennedy. Okay, so was he just trying to make a point, or is why would you, when even his aide is sitting there just staring straight ahead, gray rock, just no expression. By the way, yeah, him also doing that is going to be great for the lawyers who are representing victims. Have got to love that. Cindy says, "Sarah, move to California. We would love to have you here." Yeah, okay, first of all, this really is awful. Then again, the whole state of our food inspection is really, really bad. Justice, 10 of Swords, it's bad. 2 of Wands, far right communication, Queen of Swords, 7 of Swords, Thief. This, what he's, the stupidity of this has no effect on what's going to happen going forward. It's just, is he still completely with us? Whew, Lewis says xenomorphs are picketing today. Oh, okay. Yes, I do just think of him as being on the far right, but High Priestess is here with some higher wisdom, and then I've got an Ace of Cups and a Knight of Cups. Okay, you're not going to be able to convince me, no matter what the cards are, no matter what the energy is, you're not going to be able to convince me that a Democrat is going to start winning in a big way in Louisiana. It would be like Democrats taking over Oklahoma. It's not happening. But could things get better? So, yeah. Okay, then. Nuclear Magenta. Oh, hello. It's been a minute. He was a Democrat before 2007. He was Oxford educated too. Well, that wasn't that wasn't a good way to show it. Byrne says, oops, I said he's a Yale graduate, something. Okay. Deborah's asking, the point being, how did they pass inspection? Not whether they turn you into ET. Yes, Lois, they're eating the chests. Well, they're the food inspectors. It's gone down dramatically. So yeah, they Raymond, they fired inspector generals. Yeah, that's where we are. Okay. All right, this I don't have a video for this to show you, but I absolutely really wanted to share it. So Sarah found this yesterday, and I apologize. I can, if I'm sure if you search for it online, you'll be able to find it. It's just, this was at, okay, 51 save, okay, for it. This was during the RFK Jr. garbage the other day, where they were trying to take him to task for his, excuse me, the man is brain damaged. The man is brain damaged. Period. Anyway, Bill Cassidy was talking to RFK Jr. You might need your tea for this one. Bill Cassidy to RFK Jr. Do you agree with me that President Trump deserves a Nobel Prize for Operation Warp Speed? Kennedy said, absolutely. Okay, I'm not making fun of him. I'm just trying to differentiate the voices. Absolutely. Cassidy. But you just told Senator Bennet that the COVID vaccine killed more people than COVID. Zing! Really? Really? You also told Senator Wyden that you didn't want to take vaccines away from people. I would say effectively, we're denying people vaccines. He went on to read letters he is seeing from people who are now being denied vaccines as a result of Kennedy's moves. And Kennedy immediately responded, "You're wrong." Joe then said, "I never said that." Oh gosh, he's brain damaged. He's brain damaged. Look, I understand bad things can happen to all kinds of people. I get that. And if somebody has damage of their brain, it doesn't mean you're a bad person. It doesn't mean you're necessarily anything negative. And we know from stroke victims that you can regain huge amounts of function and ability. And so you want Trump to get the Nobel Peace Prize for Operation Warp Speed, but you're saying the vaccines kill more people than COVID. Okay. Okay. Amy's wondering what's wrong with his voice. My understanding is he has some kind of paralysis of at least one of his vocal cords. But again, I'm we're going through the news together. But if you know better than me, please please, join in. Nuclear Magenta says Michael Wolff is convinced that RFK's vocal fry is due to, the smoking of the substance, the worse living through chemistry. I just pulled cards on the situation, and yeah, don't take away the vaccines. Don't take away the vaccines. Do not take away the vaccines. This isn't medical advice. This is science that the scientists, the doctors, the researchers worked out to make the thing which saved the lives. And now you want to take them away. Now you are taking them away. And all the research that's not being finished. Okay. Yeah, he's on his little crusade, little Don Quixote, going after his little windmills. Because Trump hates windmills. Fruits of labor. Yeah, just toss that aside. 10 of Swords, the amount of damage this is going to do. Hanged Man, not good. Devil, even worse. Okay. But what about RFK himself? At 57, RFK Jr. himself. There's one more question I want to make certain I get to today, because it's a we told you, we told you, we told you this would happen. Yeah. So RFK Jr., what's gonna happen to you? How are we gonna have to just keep putting up with you? Oh yes, that's Pumpkin. That's Alfie right there. He's at the buffet. One of the buffets. He has his own set of bowls in addition to that downstairs. But they eat each other's treats. Siblings. Yeah. The good Alfie. He's a good boy. He's the good boy. All right. Pox upon humanity. King of Pentacles. Look at that. He's there until the fall of MAGA government. He's in a position of strength, working. There's Trump's victory and the cult. This turns my stomach and makes me crazy. Okay. Oh boy. All right. So that's infuriating. Please be careful. Please be careful. Don't be ashamed to wear a mask or to wipe down stuff gets delivered to you until we get the vaccines back. Yeah. Okay. So, but we're ending on. It's not a better note for us, but it's a better note overall. So at 59:30, you know how old Dumpster Fire was really mad about the job numbers coming out, and he fired the man in charge of labor statistics, or the person in charge of labor statistics. He put his own person in there, and now you're like, okay, we can't trust these numbers again. Okay. first of all, so it's Friday, and the job numbers just came out. The labor statistics site crashed minutes before it was supposed to release the new job numbers. Oh, really? Okay. So it was like, okay, so are they just going to, oopsies, we can't release the job numbers because site down. Okay, no, it came back up. Okay, it's like, all right. Analysts were expecting about, I want to say 76,000 jobs, was it? Which is significantly down from what, back in the day when it was, easily 146,000 or whatever. 76,000, something like that. Okay. It came out, and I want to say, was it 21,000, 22,000 jobs were actually created? And they revised last month's numbers that are now negative numbers of jobs created. Yeah, 22,000. Thank you, Jean. And this is the flunky that Dumpy put in there. Oopsies. Whoops. Cards are coming right off the top of the deck. Very straightforward energy. Yes, Janet, chortle. It's a good word. Julie says, how can they spin any of that? Oh, yeah. Oh, this is breaking. There's a rumor Pam Bondi is rumored to resign this weekend over what, the Schnitt? Trump having a Schnitt over Schnitt. Oh, I'm so sorry, Mystic Dax. Got laid off Tuesday along with 3,500 of my coworkers. I am so sorry. So, jobs numbers. Well, there's Trump in the middle. He's trying to twist things. It's bad, and he can't hide it forever. King of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles. All right. Dumpster fire put you in there. And all you have to do is go back through all of the stories about Trump in business. Like even at the casino, he supposedly pulled one of the managers in from the casino and said, you need to sign this paper that says that the casino made this much money. And the guy's like, but that's not true. He said, we need you to sign this. And they took him to Trump directly. And Trump was like, we need you to sign this or you're fired. And he said, then I'm out. Yeah, mess with the numbers, but Six of Swords. It may be compiled in DC, but it's not like that information isn't available anywhere else. Nine of Wands. Feeling oh so beaten up. Because, what was it? Who was it who yesterday was saying Gavin Newsom imitating Trump? Well, imitation's the most sincere form of flattery. So why doesn't he just imitate Trump's policies? And Newsom's people replied, because they're trash. Yes. All right. Oh, we made it. Wow, that was a fast hour. Or just over an hour. Thank you so much for being here. Oh my gosh. It's a lot. It's a lot. And I'm here literally every day. Every day of the year. Every weekday, holiday, weekend, holiday, your birthday, my birthday. I am here. And then in the afternoons, it is 1:14 p.m. here in Chicago. At 3 o'clock, I'll be over on the Creative Sprints channel. And you're always welcome. We focus on our projects, can be absolutely anything. And we work for 25 minutes. We take 5 minutes, let our brains recover, encourage each other, and repeat. And we do this every day to be productive in that late afternoon time when energy kind of starts to flag, and it'd be far too easy to not be productive. So that's where I will be in an hour and 45 minutes. But please remember, you're not alone. We're in this together. There are good days ahead. All right, hang in there. And I'll see you later as always. All right, bye.